Okay, everybody, I'm on to the next phase of this. Another thing that I have done is I set up next to this area a board, and the board is going to be used to dry the artwork once it is finished being stretched. So everything's going to be wet and it needs to be dried on a board. So ahead of time, I have put up a trusty board that I have used for this purpose. There it is. I've already got a cat drying on the board, but this board is going to be used to glue the artwork for the drying that's going to take place tonight. Okay, so now where were we? We're going to stretch this piece of paper. So I have my piece of artwork down. I cut a piece of paper that is a backing paper. This paper is Japanese paper called masa paper. I think you can buy something like this from OAS or Blue Heron. It's a very strong paper, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be wetting this lightly with a sprayer. We are then going to be painting the back of it with this paste glue that I've been talking about, and then we are going to be laying this piece of paper on top of it, and then with a bigger brush, pushing this together so that this piece of art will in fact be glued to the backing paper. Then we're going to be taking it up and putting it on the board. Okay, so we're ready to begin. The first thing I do with my piece of artwork is I relax it slightly with a spray of water. You don't have to get super wet with it. It doesn't have to be sopping, but if you put a little water on, any folds become relaxed. The next thing is actually the most crucial aspect of this. What you want to do is start in the center and go horizontally back and forth, staying at right angles. If you start doing diagonal strokes, you're going to start getting wrinkles. And you can deal with wrinkles, but if you stay applying the glue in this horizontal stroke in one direction, starting from the center of the art, you're not likely to get a lot of wrinkles to correct. Makes your life a lot easier. Once you have wrinkles in the art, it can be a little bit of a pain to get them out, because while your art is wet, it is weak. The paper fibers are at their weakest, so sometimes it's easy to tear. So I do have a slight wrinkle developing here. I just take the corner up a little bit and press. But I stay with my horizontal strokes. There are no diagonals going on here. It's always horizontal from the center outward in both directions. Now, if you look at this, if you look at this paper, it is filled with glue and water. The next step is I take a paper towel and a little bit of water, and I clean up around the outside of this piece of art so that the backing board doesn't get any sort of glue on it, on the part that it's going to face the board that we're going to ultimately dry this on. So now this is ready for me to put the pre-cut piece of masa paper on it. Okay, the pre-cut masa paper, very strong paper. Again, I'm going to do a little bit of a misting just to relax this paper a little bit, but I don't necessarily want it sopping wet. If it's really wet, it makes it hard to do this. Okay, so what you're going to do with this is keep the paper above the line of action, line the piece of paper up so that the edge of it is on one side of your final work of art. Then you take another one of these brushes, but not your glue brush. This one's a dry brush. And then you push this. You push this so that the painting under this is being glued to the backing board. I have a little bit of a fold here, so I'm going to correct that while I still can. Okay. So basically, this is a dry brush that you're using to push the artwork to the backing paper. Okay, the next step is we're going to take a little bit more of the glue. We're going to make sure that this glue is only on the tip of this brush now. And we're just going to hit the outer edges of the backing board. I'm sorry, the outer edges of the backing paper. The outer edges of the backing paper. Just get a little bit of glue and on all four sides. Okay, now the next step is taking this off, because what we're facing is going to be drying on the board. So what I have to do is I have to take the right hand side of this paper with my left hand and the left hand side of the paper with my right hand, and then turn it around and glue it to the board. So I'm now going to do this, and hopefully I'll be able to explain the rest of you. Okay, so watch what I do now. 1, 2, 3, up. Now, as I'm doing this, sometimes I have a little bit of watery glue here that okay, back to where I was. Okay, up it goes. And now I have turned it around, and it goes onto the board that I have in the background. I'm going to show this to you right now. Okay, what I did was when I pulled that piece up, I glued it onto the board that I have next to my bookshelf, and it's facing us now. Now, this is the last time that I can make any changes to this painting that I might want to make. If I wanted to add white somewhere, I could add a little bit of white somewhere if I wanted. If I wanted to add gold leaf, now is the time I could add gold leaf onto this as well. So basically, this is going to dry. It's going to dry very tight. There aren't going to be any problems with this, and I'll have a finished piece. I haven't signed it yet because I'm waiting to take it off of here, put it on a mat, and see where the best place to sign it is. Anyway, that's how to stretch a piece of your artwork. Any questions, I'm happy to answer. Give me a call then. Thank you.